And good evening. Welcome to day number 20. No, it's not day number 20. It's day number 11 of the 29 Days of Love with yours truly, Dr. Sabrina, the Success Broker. And last night we talked about 7 non-negotiable traits that you should look for in a mate. And I told you that the list was actually 15. And so tonight we're going to finish out the list with the additional 8 more non-negotiable traits that you should be looking for in a mate. And so we're going to go right on in. And the number 1 of this list, which is really number 8 of the entire list, is trustworthiness. And trustworthiness is so important. You really want to be with someone. Hey, woman in a purpose. Hey, women in purpose. Thank you for joining. Trustworthiness is such a big thing. So you want to make sure that you're trustworthy, but you want to have a mate that you trust. Who wants to be with someone that they can't trust to be who they are? Well, a couple of days ago, we talked about 4 elements of true love, and the last element was freedom. And so your mate should help you to feel free to be who you are. You shouldn't have to fake who you are. You shouldn't have to be something that you aren't because you are with this person. You should be 100% who you are. So when you're looking to yoke up with someone, trustworthiness is important. And so a lot of times, many of us have difficulty trusting others for one of 2 reasons. There's only 2 reasons why we don't trust people. We've been hurt and damaged, and we haven't healed. And so we're still stuck in that. So soon as someone does anything that resembles that, oh my goodness, we go right in and we go trigger that emotion for us. And so we haven't healed from a hurt and we're not trusting. The second reason is really a little deeper one. And the deeper one is that you yourself aren't trustworthy. Because if you're not trustworthy, you can't trust anyone else. If you know you will do it, you definitely expect someone else to do it. So check yourself first before you wreck yourself. Number 2 is not to be a gossip, not to tell all your business to somebody else. And let me say this. Women aren't the only ones that gossip. They're not the only ones that tell their business. There are men that talk to their friends and tell business. But when you get into that intimate relationship, that love relationship, you want to make sure that you're sharing some intimate, personal humor, stories, life stuff just with your mate. And let me go a step further with that whole not being a gossip. Even with your children. I have a son, and I know that there's been times that he has said something to me and he'll say, come on, Mom, don't tell nobody. And I can't tell anybody, even if it's something that I'm super excited about. He is not wanting me to share, so I have to keep it. So you have to make sure that you don't draw someone who's a gossip because you're a gossip. You want to make sure that you're able to keep things, especially the things that need to be kept. Then number 3 is discretion. Ooh, that's a biggie. Do you have discretion? And not discretion that you keep secrets that are inappropriate secrets. Not the whole discretion like I'm messing around with you and you really somebody else's boo. Not that type of discretion. Just discretion in that everything that is done does not have to be out in the open. Let me give you an example. Sometimes when you're in a love relationship, or even with your kids or with your friends, everything that you do should not be on social media. Everything you eat, every place you go, really? Does the whole world need to know everything you do? So you have to watch that, especially in this age of Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of this stuff. We have to make sure that we have some discretion, because the one thing that's important to know is that social media follows you. And if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for an opportunity and somebody scrolls through your timeline and see something that's a little questionable or see something that you really could have just left off and no one would have known, make sure discretion is something that you're keeping. Because a lot of times people are watching. And someone may like you and see you and want to take you out, but then they look at your page and they see some things that's disturbing to them, they go, do I really want to be with that person? I know for me, one of the things that's a major turnoff is someone who's a major cusser. So if everything on your page is foul language, you can't use English language that's not cussing, I got some difficulty with that, because I don't want to be out and we're hanging out, just having a good time, and every other word is a cuss word. That's going to bother me at some point, and I know that about myself, and it's okay. It's okay that I feel the way that I feel, because that's how I feel. Own your stuff and stop trying to please other people before you please yourself. So, so that's 1, 2, 3. 4 is to be wise. You want someone that has wisdom. You want someone that has learned from their mistakes. You don't want someone who has done some things that didn't work and they keep doing the same things. Because that's stupid almost. If you keep doing the same things expecting a different result, oh no, do it differently. Do something different. So wisdom is something, in the Word, God tells us that we can pray and ask for wisdom. And so with all of our getting and with all of our knowledge, get an understanding so that you do it differently. And I say this all the time. Just because I may have loved and lost does not mean I'm not lovable. Does not mean I'm not loving, and it definitely doesn't mean that I won't love again. But I have to do some things differently, because anytime there's a breakup, there are two sides to the story. There may be some things that you did that drew that thing to you. So maybe you have to do it differently. And I know for me, I'm trying to do it differently. So wisdom, get some wisdom in your living and your experiences to do things differently, and look for wisdom in someone else. And when you're looking for wisdom in someone else, that means that you have to be open to being coachable. You have to be open to get some feedback. Sometimes we don't want to hear feedback. We just want to hear nice stuff. But sometimes the thing that's going to make us better is that thing that doesn't feel so good sometimes, or it's that critical piece of feedback. So be open to that. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share with other people that we're going to be here for the rest of the month. Then number 5, good language. That's my pet peeve. Good language. You want someone who can represent you well. You don't want to go someplace with your friends, with your family, and you take your new boo with you, and they go, where you get that from? Who talks like that? Who has that sense of humor? Who always tells the dirty joke? And know your circle. Know where you can take people and who, but you really want to be you really want someone that's your significant other that can go everywhere you can go. So I'm the type of person, I can hang out with the people in the hood, but I may be invited to the White House. So I need you to be able to hang with me, boo, and I don't need you to take the hood to the White House. So I need you to be able to be as fluent in our relationships with other people as I am. Because trust me, I can be down, hey, how you doing, boo? Ooh, ooh, ooh. But then I can be appropriate and use the King's English. So it's important that you know your circle and who you're bringing into your circle, and then what circle someone else is taking you into. So good language is it's a non-negotiable for me. And then number 6 is they're not crabby. Who wants the moody person? Who wants the person that's always down? Who wants the person that's always complaining? Who wants the Debbie Downer? Who wants that? You want someone that is upbeat. And yeah, life is going to happen to all of us. So you're not going to be unrealistic and think that they're not going to have life happen to them and not have natural reactions. I have a friend right now that called me today and said that he lost a cousin and he was down. Of course he's down. He lost a cousin. However, every single day, if you down, every single conversation, you got something negative to say. I'm sorry, I can't have that in my space, because I try to be upbeat. I try to be enthusiastic. I try to have a good outlook, because one thing that I really understand, there's only 2 emotions, love and fear. All positive emotions draw back to love, and all negative emotions draw back to fear. So I try to stay on the love side. So I say loving things to myself about myself. I look for loving opportunities. I sing love songs to God and then to myself. Love, love, love is in need of love today. But fear, when you're stuck in fear, when you're stuck in negativity, is searching for itself too. So make sure you're not crabby. Make sure you smile sometime. Can you smile? Can you just smile? Can you just smile? Whew. That's important. Number seven is to be loving. And it's interesting because we talked, I think the first night or the second night, about how there's so many different words and different types of love. So it's important to know that you can be loving, you can be kind, you can be benevolent, you can be charitable, all of that. You can have passion for your significant other. All of these type of love are how we navigate the world. I have a different love for my son than I have for my significant other. I have a different love for my brother than I do for my sister. I have a different type of love for the different people in my world, but however, love shows up. So love is in need of love today. So then number 8 is you want someone that other people can see the good in them. Other people can pull you to the side and say, you know what? He's a nice guy. I have some friends that I absolutely just adore their husbands because they're just good people. We laugh, we joke. Just last night I was on the phone. I got a call from my really good girlfriend. I want to send a shout out to her, Toy Banks of the Toy Banks Experience and Better Wife, Better Life. And her husband called me because I do some business with them. They do some business with me. And they were just laughing and joking. And I just love good-hearted, nice, kind people. So you should want to be around someone that ain't always got their lips stuck out, not always negative, talking about your friends. They don't like nobody because don't nobody like them. Keep them on the other side of the street. If you are operating in light and love, draw light and love. That's good. So that is our list for tonight. That's the complete list, which is actually 15. If you want to get the first 7, if you didn't hear them, you can go to the rebroadcast. You can get it on. Someone says, this is Lashana, Jarvis's wife. Hey, Jarvis's wife. Thank you. Tell your husband I said, hey, how he doing over there in the new job and stuff. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And so if you haven't listened to the first part of the list and you want to get it, you can go to my YouTube page, which is Essentially Sabrina on YouTube. All of them are listed there. You can click on and listen to them. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you. I love you too. And so you can get this list on YouTube as well, and any of the lists for the nights before and any nights coming up. And so I just want to thank you. And as we move closer to that Valentine's, I want you to call somebody that you love and tell them that you do, even if it's just your friend. If you don't have a boo, tell someone that you love, that you do. I'm going to call my son tonight and tell him that I just absolutely love and adore him, because I do. That is my sweetie pie. You know, I'm a mama. And we're going to talk about that mama love. Hey, thank you for telling me good words. Thank you so much. I am having such a good time with this, because what I've learned is the more I talk about love, love is coming my way. Guess what? Yours truly got a date. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.